Hello Twin Flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to a daily energy check. Let's dive straight into the reading. I hope you guys enjoyed the June forecasts for each zodiac sign. If you haven't seen it yet, please check out my channel. Those will be the most recent videos on the channel. And now everything is on this one channel, so hopefully it makes things more easier and convenient. So let's do a daily check-in. Let's see what's going on with those twins and with the feminine and masculine collective respectively. If you're new to the channel, please check out the description box for ways to connect with me, review my content and receive my content, to order a reading, a coaching session, to be on my podcast, and so on and so forth. There's more stuff in the description box for you. And I appreciate all your likes and comments. All right, so the oracle message for divine feminines watching is transformation. It's amazing because I was doing a different reading just for Taurus actually, and it had a similar vibe. It had Phoenix rising to the joy. So I feel like it's a part of the collective energy these days. A fresh new way of living emerges. Wow, this is reminding us that the new stuff is often scary, but it's also opening the doors to so many new opportunities and possibilities that at the end, it's all worth it. We may not know it in the moment, but we will know at some point in the future. So it's important to trust and it's important to find reasons for fun and joy where you are, even if it's a little scary, even if it's completely outside of your comfort zone. And allow for this new way of living to emerge, if anything. For masculines, we see surrender into the journey, release, control. Yeah, so this is the quintessential feminine energy, about releasing, about surrendering. But that's why it's not so easy for the masculines to do. They always like to come up with answers and solutions and go and solve things. So this is an unknown territory, and for a lot of men, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I'm just saying that it's not very comfortable, and it's not the usual way for them to roll or to behave. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot for today. I'm using the Celtic Tarot deck, this beautiful deck. We have the moon at the bottom of the deck. The full moon is coming up, I think, a week from now, the 12th of June. At least for the New York time zone. Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty much exactly the week from now. I will be doing a special reading, of course, for each zodiac sign. So now I'm switching more towards that. Like for special readings like that, I'll try to make more of a focus for the zodiac. I'll do the themes and I'll do the zodiac. And with Twin Flame, we'll continue with more daily updates and also, of course, DM readings and ancestor readings and the good stuff that we're used to. Six of Pentacles here. Yeah, it's like, it's important to see the law of reciprocity in everything that happens in our life. That's what I'm feeling here. And see it with kindness and with grace, if anything. You see it with, even if you don't see all the points logically, they're not all on the surface, except that there is a logic, you just don't know it yet, right? And maybe you even won't know it fully at all, but that's fine, that should be okay. Feminines, your energy for today is Seven of Swords, clarified by Queen of Cups. Yeah, so there is a dragon here with all the swords. I'm getting that maybe sometimes you feel like somebody else has the power over you, or there are these other people who are doing stuff in the world that they want, that it gives them sense of fulfillment and maybe abundance and success and whatever else that you want for yourself, right? They're doing it, they have the power and you don't. Or somehow the fact that they're all successful makes you have less opportunity for success, something like that I'm hearing. But it's very important not to have a lot of comparison, first of all, between yourself and somebody else. It never ends well, really. It's never serving you in any way, right? I mean, sometimes maybe a little bit if it ignites your passion for doing better and being better. but don't get carried away with it. I'd say that if you're not ready to see the reality in that conscious way, where you can detach from emotional component and just see it in a more neutral way, then don't do it at all. Don't compare at all, I would say, right? But remember that there is a lot of beauty within you, and that's what matters, right? Like, be in that Queen of Cups space where you can acknowledge and accept and show love and nurture to those people who are succeeding on their terms, and also to being where you are and living life on your terms. It's not better or worse, even if there are some measurements or external criteria for that. Masculines, you've got 5 of Cups clarified by 7 of Cups. Yeah, masculines are trying to grab onto some opportunities that they feel like they've lost in the past, and now they're trying to revive them and to bring them back. Like, okay, how can I still do it? Like in the relationship sense, it would be like if somebody walked away and then you're still chasing that person and trying to understand what happened, why it all ended, and maybe let's give it another try. That kind of idea. But of course, it can be about anything. It can be about a business opportunity, about a personal hobby or passion. It could also be about a personal change, i.e. maybe could be, of course, change of place of living. Could be even living an old habit in the past, possibly a bad habit or an addiction, right? And now thinking like, maybe I gave up too quickly, right? Maybe I could do it without it becoming an addiction. I could still enjoy it, right? It's like trying to re-engineer the setup, and maybe like seeing, it's essentially, it's your brain, your ego, trying to trick you to go back to something in the past. And you're trying to gain control, and that's why I feel like that message about surrendering control matters even more. Additional question for today, 6 of Wands clarified by 10 of Pentacles. How do we manifest our dreams into our life? How do we become successful with what we want? Like, what is standing between us and that success that we want to achieve in personal life and professional, everywhere? For feminines, we have 3 of Wands clarified by King of Pentacles. This is following through with your passion, right? So it's not like living it emotionally or in your head, like talking about it, I love this so much, but actually taking the steps, actually figuring out how to reach that success, and I know it's a little vague and abstract here, but let's say, I'll give you an example of sport, and particularly about dance, because I can relate to it, right? Like, let's say I want to take part in a pro-am competition. At the end of the year, there will be a huge competition, and I want to go there and I want to win the competition in my category. So what is it, like, how do I make it happen? What is standing between me and success? First of all, of course, my intention and my passion for it, right? But as I'm saying it, of course, the box is checked. It's there. I have that intention. But then it's about following through with taking lessons from, from coaches or from champions who can pinpoint what am I missing right now in my performance. Is getting the choreography ready, and maybe getting an independent opinion on the choreography that I currently have with my dances. It's taking a fresh look at my dress and style, right? And maybe talking to someone like getting a consultation on what would good look on me, what kind of design, what kind of fashion, what kind of colors, and let's work on that, or let's find a dress with that perspective in mind. It's setting myself up emotionally for the enjoyment, for how I'm presenting myself. It's working on connection with my partner, because it's not only about me at the end of the day, it's how our partnership works together, because it's a couple dance, it's not just me doing it by myself. So all these things would then be something that I need to follow up with and to take action on. Otherwise, it just remain a fantasy. Not to mention, of course, actually register for a competition, pay the fees, and all that. For masculines, we see 3 of Swords clarified by King of Cups. It's interesting that we have King and Cups and Queen of Cups synchronicity now in this read. But as a step between now the current point and the success, for masculines, it's important to leave the past hurt in the past. and not let it prevent themselves from stepping into the unknown and from taking certain risks. And yes, this could be both, again, in a romantic life, in a professional life, could be in a friendship situation or anything else, right? But whatever that success is, it's important to give yourself freedom to step into it. So if you want to transform this message into a word of advice, then the advice would be to work on the heart healing and to work on the on your connection, on your emotional attachment to the certain fears, to certain insecurities, or to certain situation in the past that brought you heartbreak, to find closure and to be able to release that pain. How are the feminine seeing the connection at this time? Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Fool. And I love that in this Seven of Pentacles there is a baby there. So to me it feels like, you know, this new energy, this like new project. Could be of course a baby. Maybe feminines are planning to have a baby now and they open to an opportunity. But more than anything, it's like this energy of freshness, like, okay, let's see what this next phase is going to be. And considering that feminines already had a message of the fresh new way of living, that this is then like the next logical step in that new way of living. Is like, okay, so what does it mean for us with the masculine now, right? What is this new step, new phase is gonna be like? And like I said, for some it may actually be planning a family and a baby, but for others it's more like, how can we connect in this new way? Or how does this change our dynamic? Be very open-minded about that, and know that there is, like, one of the reasons why you are in this new place, in this new energy, is so you can have a different dynamic with your twin. For masculines, we see the Hierophant clarified by also Seven of Pentacles. Surprise, surprise. So, yeah, here it's more about planning in the physical. So for masculines, it's also planning, but it's more about, okay, now that my feminine lives, you know, a plane ride away from me rather than down the street, I'm just making up an example. Now I need to work harder to plan better on how we can connect, or maybe come up with a better reason for us to do something together, you know, because it's not going to be as obvious and intuitive, right? Or how do I want to change the mode of our communication so we can be in each other's life on a regular basis, right? So this is more than anything about a change in a lifestyle, a change in the day-to-day habits, routine, whatever that is, right? Changing in like how I come into or appear in the society, you know? Maybe even change of the role as well, who knows, right? Like now I want to appear, maybe like the masculines are, some masculines are ready to start a family, and they don't want to position themselves as a bachelor. They want to position themselves as a potential husband and father, for instance, right? Like it's a bit of a different energy and a bit of a different storytell that they have in mind that they want to start expressing in the world, so that's how people see them. Beautiful. I love this section. I even like that in the Hierophant there is a teacher and a student here, kind of, you know, or an elderly person and a kid, which means that divine masculines feel like they are learning as they progress, you know, they're learning like from the society, from the figures of authority, and they are now able to design something of their own as a figure of authority themselves. So they're stepping into this different energy from following the rules to coming up with their own rules. All right, I hope this was useful to you guys. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and until next time,